How do we live well? When everything is fraying, what threads will we weave? Each year, the world produces 92 million tons of textile waste, and fast fashion makes twice the amount of clothes today as they did just 25 years ago. Individually, we own a lot more clothing than we used to, but wear each item less before discarding it. And most of the 75 million garment workers making our clothes don't receive minimum wage or overtime pay. In this hard and complicated world, how do we live softly and ethically? My research with textile artisans on British Columbia's Sunshine Coast explores exactly that by looking at how this group sought to make good lives, good relationships, and good communities through activities like knitting, quilting, and weaving. To answer these questions, I spent a year living and making with artisans to understand their lives and perspectives. I apprenticed, joined guilds, attended meetings and workshops, held focus groups, volunteered at galleries, and interviewed 30 artisans. And these methods led to 3 products of my research. First, a traditional dissertation that examines my research questions. Second, a quilt that makes knowledge materializes the knowledge process, and turns it into something that can be held and touched. And third, a gallery exhibition with my participants that offered them a tangible benefit and engaged the public in my research. And through this process, I learned that the artisans I was working with were engaging in a type of activism that pursues small-scale political action. You might say they're trying to be the change they wanted to see in the world. While turning one sheep's wool into one sweater might not make much of a dent in the global fashion industry, I found that it does change the way you think about, feel about, and buy your clothes. Artisans taught me that making and mending textiles creates an emotional bond that keeps clothes out of landfills. Supporting small businesses like farms and other artisans supports local economies and strengthens communities and relationships. And spending more money on fewer pieces of ethically made clothes provides living wages to the people that made them. I still firmly believe that systemic problems like fast fashion and textile waste require systemic solutions. But my research taught me that it takes many threads to create a weaving. And big change is often sparked by the everyday actions of individuals and communities. So I'll ask you, how do you live well? What change do you want to create? What threads will you weave?